Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing exactly why I no longer consider myself a digital nomad, which may be shocking to a lot of the viewers of this channel since it's called Digital Nomad Ventures, but I'm going to explain why. Essentially, it boils down to the fact that I've been living in Thailand for over 2 years during the pandemic. I sort of lost my dream for traveling the world, and there's no reason that I can't start it back up again, but for now, I'm focusing on building multiple successful online businesses and working remotely online from Thailand. And also stick around to the end. I'm going to be sharing my new morning routine here on Lamai Beach in Koh Samui. So thanks for watching and please subscribe to the channel.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.
A digital nomad is someone that doesn't have a home base. They are fully nomadic. They're traveling full time. A lot of times they're working remotely online, living the laptop lifestyle, right? You see so many of these glamorous photos of people in Bali or let's say Thailand, Philippines, wherever it may be. A lot of these countries have a very low cost of living. I would say better quality of life. So these digital nomads go to these locations, such as where I'm at now in Koh Samui, and they just essentially work remotely. They are their own boss. A lot of times now they also, have a remote job that they can do from anywhere, and it gives them the freedom and flexibility, not to mention location independence, to essentially make anywhere their home. And for the past 2 years, especially during this pandemic, I have chosen to find a home base here in Thailand. Tourists are starting to come back slowly but surely. The borders are officially reopening without restrictions on May 1st. You can check a link in the description to watch that video. No, I no longer consider myself a digital nomad because I'm not traveling full time. And one of the reasons for that is because I already have multiple income streams, but most of them are not profitable yet. So I'm still making less than $1,000, sometimes $2,000 per month, which is just barely enough to pay living expenses here in Thailand, let alone continue traveling the world on a shoestring budget, which is something that I was doing for many years, and after a while it starts to take a toll on you, right? You just get stressed out, always wondering about where your next commission, where your next client is going to come from, and I just sort of lost interest in that lifestyle. So now I choose to call my home base Koh Samui for the time being. Of course, I would love to continue traveling. Let's say I would love to go to the Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, and continue where I left off in 2020. My original plan was to keep traveling in Southeast Asia, but then the pandemic struck and all the borders closed. Of course, now they're starting to reopen, which is great news, but there's still a lot of government bureaucracy and red tape that you have to go through just to enter the country. And for me right now, it doesn't really make sense because I've already built my brand, my following around Thailand, and I've been inspiring, countless people to come visit Thailand, start an online business from here, and basically live the remote work lifestyle, if you will, from Thailand. So, and we definitely need it as well because this beach right now where I'm at is almost entirely empty. There's not many tourists on the island. Like these little bungalows back here appear to be closed. So it's really unfortunate what's happened during the pandemic to a lot of the businesses that were thriving beforehand. Maybe not thriving, but they were doing pretty well. And now they've been forced to close their doors because of something that is essentially the flu, that the governments have, just completely demolished a lot of the businesses, which which is so unfortunate. I'm going to show you this place real quick. Of course, some of you that are watching this video may ask, like, why did you choose Koh Samui and not Koh Phangan, which is, if you don't know, the next island over from Koh Samui. And I have a lot of reasons for my decision. I actually wrote a full blog post about it. I'll put a link in the description below where you can read that. But essentially, I love that this island has an international airport. You can easily go over to Koh Phangan if you really want to. And for the most part, I don't even go over there. I just stay here in Samui. Of course, Koh Phangan is much more popular for digital nomads. They have some co-working spaces there. They have, you know, cheaper accommodation. You can get a small little bungalow on the beach if that's what you really want. And just relax, set up your laptop, and enjoy life without all of the hustle and bustle and traffic and pollution, all that crap that you have to deal with in the cities and concrete jungles. So there is a lot more freedom over there, but at the same time, I love Koh Samui because, like, this beach that I'm walking on right now there's not a single person around. And who knows, maybe I should go over to Koh Phangan and make that my home base, but I think I have a pretty good thing going here in Koh Samui. My girlfriend has a job working at a kindergarten near our place in Lamai, and things are going really well. So yeah, I don't really see any particular reason to leave. I could always go to Phuket, but I'd rather go over there if I have some business to do and just make Koh Samui my home base. Also, I'd like to share some exciting news about a recent development in Koh Samui. It's looking like we're finally going to get a co-working space on the island, which is something that we've needed for a long time now. Koh Phangan already has a few different spaces available, but most people here, they either work from a coffee shop, a restaurant, or just from their villa, which makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, there should be like a dedicated space that's available for digital nomads, remote workers, online entrepreneurs to come together and share knowledge, brainstorm, meet other like-minded people. So it's looking like we're finally going to get a co-working space, and I'm going to be instrumental in making that a possibility. I've already found the person who has the space in Crystal Bay, and we're going to start working together very soon. I'm going to help them with marketing, promotion, all that stuff. I already have a very large audience of digital nomads that are looking to come to Thailand, and a lot of people that are already here that are looking for a co-working space. So there's a lot of things already in motion that keep me in Koh Samui. I feel like there's so much opportunity here, especially once the borders fully reopen without any restrictions for both vaccinated and unvaccinated travelers. I'll leave a link in the description where you can watch that full video. In the meantime, I'm obviously going to continue inspiring digital nomads and remote workers around the world to come and visit Thailand, because before the pandemic, Thailand was often ranked as one of the #1 digital nomad hotspots in the world. And then obviously the pandemic came along and we've really struggled to get back to that spot. But if you check on Nomad list, which is one of the top websites for just seeing what are the most popular digital nomad hotspots around the world, Koh Phangan is often ranked #1 or in the top 5, which is just one island away from where I'm at in Koh Samui. One of the really nice things about Koh Samui is that it has an international airport. The downside is that there's only one airline flying into the airport. They have a monopoly on the island. It's called Bangkok Airways. Whereas Phuket has many international flight options available, and the flight costs are a lot cheaper. It's usually only about 900 baht from Bangkok, which is less than $30, compared to here in Koh Samui, where it can sometimes be 3,000 baht all the way up to 8,000 baht I saw during Songkran, which is a lot more expensive. But at the same time, I kind of like that because it attracts, you know, wealthier expats coming to the island, and it kind of cuts out a lot of the backpackers and budget, you know, the budget seekers coming to Samui. This is a really nice place to come here in Lamai. It's called Pool Sawat, and as you can see, they have this pristine beach right here where you can sit and relax. And then they also have a really nice sized swimming pool. It's only 100 baht, which is roughly $3 to use, and you can come here and just relax all day. And they also have a little cafe here as well, where they serve Thai food, coffee, and yeah, great place to come set up your laptop and just work right here from the beach in Koh Samui. In the meantime, I'm obviously going to continue inspiring digital nomads and remote workers around the world to come and visit Thailand, because before the pandemic, Thailand was often ranked as one of the #1 digital nomad hotspots in the world. And then obviously the pandemic came along and we've really struggled to get back to that spot. But if you check on Nomad list, which is one of the top websites for just seeing what are the most popular digital nomad hotspots around the world, Koh Phangan is often ranked #1 or in the top 5, which is just one island away from where I'm at in Koh Samui. One of the really nice things about Koh Samui is that it has an international airport. The downside is that there's only one airline flying into the airport. They have a monopoly on the island. It's called Bangkok Airways. Whereas Phuket has many international flight options available, and the flight costs are a lot cheaper. It's usually only about 900 baht from Bangkok, which is less than $30, compared to here in Koh Samui, where it can sometimes be 3,000 baht all the way up to 8,000 baht I saw during Songkran, which is a lot more expensive. But at the same time, I kind of like that because it attracts, you know, wealthier expats coming to the island. Thanks so much for watching. I'm now going to start my morning routine, which is jog all the way along Lamai Beach. It's a pretty long stretch of beach. It's about 2 kilometers long. As you can see, that's the whole beach right there. I jog to the end, come back, do a meditation at the temple on the beach, and then usually get some breakfast and start my day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. So, long story short, I now consider myself an expat living in Thailand, currently based in Koh Samui, and I'm mostly just working remotely online. Of course, I could easily pick up my bags and continue traveling the world as a digital nomad at any point. I'm really just waiting on my income streams to pick up so that I'm making at least $10,000 a month, preferably, and also a lot of the COVID restrictions to be reduced or eliminated here in Southeast Asia. So more and more countries are starting to reopen their borders fully, such as the Philippines, which is one place that I'd really like to go, hopefully relatively soon, maybe later this year, as well as Vietnam, Cambodia, and Bali is now fully reopened as well. Of course, I already spent about 2 months in Bali before coming to Thailand, and honestly, I thought it was a little bit overrated. Didn't really care for it too much, mostly just a lot of hipsters and wannabe influencers on the island. So I think I'm much better off here in Samui, and I'm already making a big difference on the island. We're going to be also launching a co-working space on Crystal Bay, which is one of the most beautiful beaches on the entire island, relatively soon. Once you've found a place that is kind of like a paradise, like, you know, Koh Samui, there's no reason that you should feel inclined to, you know, keep traveling if you've already found a really good place to call a home base. So that's the message that I want to convey in this video episode. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe to the channel. Okay, so right now I'm walking to Lamai Beach from the Zazen Resort here in Koh Samui. This is a really beautiful walk. And this place used to be a gym, but it's been closed for a couple months. It was pretty amazing when it was still open. You could just go to the gym and work out right here on Lamai Beach. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, a lot of businesses have been forced to shut their doors, and this one is no different.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.